Hello, everyone. I hope you are well. Today is day 42 in the war in Gaza. We continue to do our best to increase our mitzvos, our Torah learning, and to daven for the chayalim, the soldiers, for those who have been kidnapped, that they should be rescued and freed, and for everyone in Israel. In this week's parsha, we have the great drama of the brachos and who Yitzchak will bless. He, of course, initially plans on blessing Esav only, and it is only after Rivka and Yaakov trick him that the brachos are moved over to Yaakov. However, before that happens, Yitzchak calls in Esav and he tells him, Vayomer, Hine nazakanti, I am old. Lo yadati yomosi, and I do not know when I will die. And therefore, va'atana, now, Vitsei Hasada Vitsudali side, go out into the field, Ace of the hunter, my son, and trap me something. Vaseli Matamim, make me something delicious to eat. Vaviali Vaochela, bring it to me and I will eat it. Bavor Tvarecha Nafshi B'Teramus, so that I can bless you before I die. He says, prepare for me a sumptuous, a delicious meal, a treat of some animal that is difficult to be captured, a deer, perhaps venison, so that I will bless you. And the question is, why was it necessary? Why did Yaakov need a meal if he has this great spiritual power to bless, to instill the blessing in the son that he wishes? He needs something to eat first. Most of the traditional commentaries, the Ramban, for example, and others that follow him, understand that Yaakov was human. As great of a spiritual giant as he was a human. And we all sometimes need something to put us in the mood, to inspire us. Many of us would associate music and singing, that can help us to reach higher spiritual states. And davening, a good chazan with good tunes, can bring out, can open up, can enliven our neshamas. And so Yaakov said, make me something special, and the aromas and the flavor, and I will taste it, I will feel alive, I will be energized, and I will bless you. That is how most of the commentaries understand it. However, the Sforno has such a fascinating insight. He says that the reason why Yitzchak asked Esav to make him this meal wasn't because he needed something to eat or that he was hungry. It wasn't that the taste and the aroma and the experience would arouse him and inspire him. Rather, was that Yitzchak knew that Esav had some rough parts to his personality. He saw him in a positive light, perhaps mistakenly, but he knew that Esav could be a little bit rough or even violent, perhaps. He knew that Esav wouldn't spend time in the fields praying to Hashem as Yitzchak, did. But what he saw in Esav, the good that he saw in Esav was, as Chazal point out, was his kibbud av v'em, the way he took care of, the way he was devoted to his father, the way that he truly identified with Yitzchak and being his continuation. And so Yitzchak was thinking, I need to see Esav in that light. I want to see and feel in this very direct, immediate way the goodness inside of Esav. And he said, go make for me a meal. Not that he needed the food, but he would then see and experience the love and respect from Esav. And he would see Esav in the best light. And in that moment when Esav was shining, so to speak, when Esav was doing the good that he would do, he would be able to, at that moment, to bless him and make him the one that would carry on his legacy. In the world of chesed, which our videos this year are focusing on, there's chesed that we do to people, helping, giving, but there is also a chesed in how we see them, to see people in a positive light, to see them, to see the good that is inside of them. The Mishnah Periyava says, Havidan es kol ha'adam l'kav suchus, that a person, this is the Jewish way to see people, interact with them, is to judge them favorably. Most commentators understand it to mean if you see someone in a specific situation, some discrete action or choice, and there's different ways to see it, you should see it in a positive light. However, the Sfas Amis notices that the Mishnah says, Havidan es kol ha'adam. One should judge the entire person favorably. He says what that means is that even if you know that someone has faults that you can't explain away or judge favorably, but the way you see the entire person should be in a favorable light. We can choose how we see people to focus on their strengths or on their weaknesses. We can focus on where they are not perfect, or we could focus on really where they are good, where they're uniquely good people. And that is what Yaakov was able to, excuse me, what Yitzchak was able to do relative to Esav. He saw the good in him and he focused on that. He was able to see him in a good light. And not only did he see the good in him, but he was able to bring that good out in him. And that is what we all should try to do, whether it is with our children or our spouse or some other close friend or family member or someone in the community. We should try to, Dan es kol ha'adam l'kafsuchas, try to see people in positive lights and to say sometimes, that person, I really don't like that they do that or that they act in that way. But you know what? I see that they also have this quality. They also do this thing that is good, and I will focus on that. I will see that in them. And when possible, not just to see the good in other people, but to help set them up for success. It's easier with people closer to us to put them in the situations where they can shine, to help them maximize and bring out the good that is inside of them. If we can see people in a positive light, if we can help bring out the good and positive in them, then certainly that will make the world a better place. Good Shabbos and Shabbat Shalom.